Hi guys! Today I'm going to make an update video on my absolute favorite crate setup for young puppies who are still learning to use a pee pad. Now some of you may have already seen my potty training video, which I posted nearly 4 years ago, and that video has done really well. And I've gotten so many comments from people on that video, some of them thanking me for helping them train their sweetie pies, and others have had a few questions and concerns. So today I wanted to show you an updated setup, which I think is better than my original video, plus give a few tips at the end to combat some of the issues that some of my viewers have had. So first up, when you bring a new puppy home, you want to be able to have a safe place for them where they can feel confident and comfortable. And they've got their own little den that's all theirs. Now, I've had a few people leave horrified comments about leaving your puppy in a crate all day long as if it's mean. But I want to remind viewers that first of all, we're not going to leave them there all day long. That's not the point. And it is not mean to put your young puppy in a crate. Think of it as a playpen for a toddler. A young puppy should be in a confined area during those times of the day when you're not able to be right there with them. This way you can be sure that he's not getting into trouble or chewing on cords or knocking things on top of himself and getting injured or getting into poisonous plants around the house. The same things you would need to watch out for if you had a toddler, right? So why do we think it's mean to put them in a crate? In the wild, dogs have their pups in a cave and the pups feel safe and secure in there. You can puppy-proof your crate and make it into their own little den by putting all of your puppy's needs inside. And typically, your sweetie pie will learn to love their little den crate. Now, I've been breeding Chihuahuas for over 21 years, and I've used this method of potty training on all of my puppies. It works about 95% of the time, but some pet owners have run into a few snags along the way, so we're going to talk about those. So the idea of this method is threefold. Number one, you're teaching your puppy to go out of a threshold to use the potty. So that way later on, if you wanted to teach them to go outside, they're already kind of have the hang of walking outside the door. Number two, the puppy cannot shred the potty pad and turn it into a poo smearing tug of war rope, which I have seen happen many times and it is not fun to clean up. Number three, it's super easy and it works with the dog's own instincts. So there's really not much training that you have to do at all. Now, since making the original training video, I have found a new crate on Amazon that I do prefer over that one that I did. Now, who knows how long it'll be available, but it's still the basic idea. So this is called the Iris USA 24-inch exercise pet playpen with door. And if you're in the USA, it's currently available on my Amazon store for just $59 for the 4-panel crate, or $82 for the 6-panel crate if you want a larger one. They also have an 8-panel option. But for a young puppy still learning to potty train, I recommend a smaller area, which gives the puppy a higher chance of having success making it to the bathroom. If their area is too big, they might not make it all the way to the other side of the crate and out the threshold. So we're trying to give the puppy fewer options for places where they can go potty. In this case, only 2 options: the den crate or the potty crate. So after setting up the den crate, which is simply a matter of snapping the plastic panels together and putting these cute little rubber feet on, you next need a potty crate. I prefer this Midwest Life Stages metal folding crate because it fits perfectly over the door opening in the Iris habitat crate, and it's just the right size and weight to hold down a potty pad and prevent it from becoming a tug-of-war poop smearing piece of lovely fun. So it comes with a plastic tray in the bottom, but we are going to remove that, and I'll show you how. So when you get the metal crate, it's folded up like this. You just set it on the floor and then lift the top section, which is one of the walls, and then that allows you to lift or unfold the other wall. And then you reach in the back side and you can pull up the back wall, and it's a little bit tricky to get these into the slots, but I believe in you. You can do it. Now the final and the back wall, we actually want to remove this wall. We don't want this because we want to be able to set it up against our habitat crate just right. So I use a super huge flathead screwdriver to twist/loosen these metal rings, which are on here holding the back door onto the crate. But yes, get a big flathead and loosen all of those, and then once all 4 of the rings are loose enough, the door just comes right off. And then you can remove the plastic tray from outside of the crate because we're not gonna use that. Then you set down a potty pad on the floor in front of the open door of the habitat crate, and you place the metal crate on top of the potty pad. voila, you're finished. Now don't forget all of your puppy needs inside. He'll need food and water and a cuddly bed and lots of chews and toys, just like a toddler. So the trick now is getting him to stay in the habitat crate, to do all of his playing in there, and only go in the potty crate when he has to go potty. And that can be a little bit tricky. I've had a few people bring up some struggles with puppies wanting to sleep in the potty crate instead of in the habitat crate, and wanting to pee and poo in the habitat crate. So I have had some successes correcting that behavior with a few of my puppies, and so we're going to kind of go over those things right now. So first off, be patient. Some toddlers, some puppies, take a while to understand. So don't let them see your frustration, because your puppy is really trying to understand what you want. So make them want to stay in the habitat crate, because it is a fun crate where they have all of their toys and they get all of their meals and their snacks. And if you do see them dragging their toys into the potty crate, just take it out and wash it right away if it's needed and put it back in the habitat crate. I actually have a rotation of toys constantly going into the laundry, because I always want to just be able to have a clean one to put back into the habitat crate right away. Next up, if it's hot where you're at, you want to give your puppies a variety of flooring options in the habitat crate. Now, one of the reasons why I think this updated version works a little better than my original potty training video is because of this. We needed a larger habitat crate. So we want to make the habitat something that they really want to be in at all times. And sometimes a puppy wants to sleep on a cooler surface. So if you're able to give them a fluffy bed in their habitat crate, plus a slightly cooler blanket, and then also maybe a nice cool tile floor option, or if you have wood floors, just basically an open area of the floor. That way they have many options and they should be able to find a comfy position to lay in. Now, if your puppy still sleeps in the potty crate, even with all of those considerations, then I recommend trying to cover the habitat crate, because I've noticed over and over that dogs often prefer to sleep in a covered situation, like a cave. Now, if you don't like the ugly looking cardboard, you can actually buy a cover for these crates, which looks much nicer than the box Amazon delivered the crate in. So these mesh covers are available on my Amazon store as well. And I really like the look of it. The only thing I wish was that it was a solid cover so that the puppy can feel like they're in a cave and they're kind of hidden. But they don't have that option, unfortunately. They only have this mesh. That's okay though, you can go ahead and get the mesh, see if that works, and if it doesn't, if your puppy is still sleeping in the potty crate, you could always try adding a little blanket or something over the top of it, just to give them a little more privacy. And you can also try getting one of these cave style beds, which I've had great luck with. If you've got a bit of an insecure puppy, they might want a smaller den within their big den, and then I bet you that they will sleep inside there. When she poops in the habitat crate, it's best to pick it up immediately. You can just use a tissue to pick it up and flush it. You can keep the pad in place for the majority of the day, and she can make a few little piddle spots, and then once it's kind of got a few of those, you might want to go ahead and lift the metal crate off the dirty pad. You can close the puppies inside their habitat crate temporarily while you remove the soiled pad. You wipe anything up that got messy, you lay down a new pad, and you put the crate back in place. So easy. I love it. And as they get better and better at it, hopefully that's the only area you will have to clean, besides, of course, just normal cleaning of their bed and whatever area they get messy. But hopefully they won't have accidents in their habitat crate over time. Just be patient. So there you have it. As I mentioned, I've been using this method for many years now, and it actually works surprisingly easily. I truly appreciate all the comments and the feedback that I received on my first potty training video. And if you have more questions or more concerns, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section below. We'll see you guys next time on Sweetie Pie Pets. Bye-bye.